Welcome to another episode of the Rankum Podcast. You can find the podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Rankum Podcast. Thanks for listening, however it is, wherever it is you do so. We are on all the major podcast platforms as well as YouTube. I'm Garrett Seawright. You can find me on Twitter at Garrett Seawright.
You can find me on Twitter at Donnie_G.
That's Don Garwood, our trusty co-host, the old ball and chain of the Rankum Podcast.
Yep, the reason you want to leave and also the reason that you keep coming back.
That's right. Once you go, Don.
Here you are.
I can't believe that slogan didn't take off. This is our 1 year special. We're celebrating a year of the Rankum Podcast.
And as you can tell, which part can they tell? We've got Zach on here.
Depends on
if you're watching the video,
the medium in which they are consuming this.
But the other way that you can tell is with the title of the video.
Or just the deep, heavy breathing from nowhere while the two of us talk.
And also the fact that we're kind of having a sugar rush going on right now.
Yeah,
this is going to be a real sketchy sketchy
irritable.
episode.
We're all irritable, a little slap happy. Don might die of a stroke.
Like, this might be the
Mid-pod.
last thing I do.
And if you think for 1 second that we will stop this recording to call the
No,
ambulance,
is your phone still plugged in?
No.
I'm going to need you to plug it in
Just in
for the
case.
911 call.
Understood. So, like our very first podcast, that it first of all, real talk, it is ridiculous that we've done this for a year. We've done this for a year.
And we haven't really missed a Thursday.
No, there was.
We've missed some Would You Rather Wednesdays because life gets in the way.
That'll happen. That will happen. That dog will hunt.
A dog will hunt, apparently. But
in this account,
and I think we missed a Thursday, but released on Friday.
There was that
shifted
time
where
it was Zach's fault.
Yeah, that's
for
true.
no reason whatsoever.
Again, I don't know how
Zach's
it's my
not allowed to
fault.
touch the computers.
Right.
He's not allowed to touch his microphone.
Oh gosh, that's the easiest way to get
He's
back in.
barely allowed to talk into it.
True story.
So yeah, it's been a whole calendar year of Rankum Podcast bliss.
Yeah. And I think that we've gotten a little better,
Yeah,
gotten a little worse.
yeah.
But here we are.
So for our very first podcast episode, if you are a newbie, and we've got lots of new followers in India, Australia, Bangladesh, huge in Bangladesh. Our very first...
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah, that's true. Our first podcast episode was we ranked our favorite Little Debbies. So to bring it full circle...
We're
revisited. Zach went and bought 7 kinds of Little Debbies. We ate them. Now hate ourselves because of it.
Big facts.
And we will rank 7 through 1.
We messed up big when we started, too. We were like, we're going to have like one of everything.
Yeah.
And like we thought we were being smart about it. It's like, I only need one zebra cake. Garrett can have a zebra cake.
Right. Swiss cake rolls, 2 of us can get through one pack of Swiss cake rolls.
We got to the
third
one
right.
in, and we're
like,
just like,
nope.
I'm tired of doing this.
Yeah.
So producer Ashley very kindly cut up the rest of them, and then we only had third sizes of the rest of the list.
And let's thank God for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
it's been about an hour since we did that, and I'm still feeling
it's been
the
about
effects.
an hour and a half.
Right, I was going to say, as rotten as I feel now, I can only imagine how much worse I would feel had I continued 4 more Little Debbies.
Yeah, Don laid on the floor on his back because there have been times where we talked about let's just do shots of everything that's above in the liquor cabinet above my stove, and then we'll rank those shots. And Don was like, I would have felt better if we did the 11 shots from above your stove than the 7 Little Debbies that we ate, and not even 7 Little Debbies, the 3 and a third of the final 4.
So for those of you that have
Little Debbies.
like tips on how to get off of the sugar high that we're on, might be a little late by the time this video comes out, but
we'll know for the next time,
right?
Because there's been other sugary talkabouts where we are like, oh, we'll try one of every Blizzard.
Yep. Ugh.
Maybe it doesn't sound like a great idea anymore.
No.
So with that said, we're going to rank 7 through 1. Heart attack, Zach, you get the floor first, since you are the guest.
All right, so my number 7 is the zebra cake. It in my original list, I do believe it made the top 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have no idea what.
I was gonna say I have no idea.
I know what my number 1 was.
Right.
I think I know what
also
my number 1 and number 2 were.
Yeah, I think.
And 3.
But I'll say it's been a year
maybe
since
we
I've
should
listened.
Let's list what we actually tried, because we're not ranking anything that we didn't try.
That's true.
So I've got a picture of the items, and I'm just going to read from left to right how I took the picture. We had Cosmic Brownies, Nutty Buddies, Swiss Rolls, Zebra Cakes, Zebra Cake Rolls, Oatmeal Cream Pies, Fudge Rounds. Those are the 7 items that we tried. So
Zach's
an
got
item that is not one of those will not be on this list.
No matter how much you like peanut butter crunch bars
Or
peanut butter patties, whatever
those weird.
Christmas trees, Easter bunnies, orange creamsicles, whatever you might like.
Well, what was the other? Star Crunch?
Star Crunch. No Star Crunch today because we found out we still had it in one of our cabinets after we had eaten 7 Little Debbies, and we're like, no.
I don't want to do an 8th one.
Nope, sure don't.
I don't care what it was. I don't care if Little Debbie herself showed up with a bag of freshly made Star Crunch.
Sorry.
It would have been number 8 because I'm just no.
Okay, so Zach, you've got zebra cakes at 7.
So yeah, I got zebra cakes at 7. I remember loving zebra cakes as a kid, and let me tell you, having them today, the nostalgia just kind of wore off real quick. That might have had something to do that it was probably
It was the last one we tried.
No, the zebra cake roll was the last one we had.
Okay. Gotcha.
I don't think that's right either.
No, it wasn't. This was the last one we had. The zebra cake roll was the second to last.
The last one we had was the Swiss cake roll.
You're right.
Okay.
Which is why it's my number. It's not why it's my number 7, but it is my number 7 because you know what? There ain't a lot in a Swiss cake roll. Like it felt like I was eating cocoa powder with a little bit of cream, rather than maybe it used to have some heft to it. No, sir, not the one we ate today. And it very well could be a product of its situation that it was 7th, and by that point, I thought about hanging myself from the ceiling fan above me.
Yeah.
No, it was bad. It was.
At that
it
point,
was
you're
not
just
good.
considering killing your dog, giving him the Swiss roll because you didn't want to eat it.
And I love him more than my wife. So that's where
he looked like he wanted to eat that Swiss roll.
Oh, I'm sure he would have. But it was terrible. That Swiss cake roll was awful. So I've got it at 7. And if either of you have it higher than 6, I'll slap you.
So I was thinking that Zach's was the last one we tried, and that's because I couldn't comprehend how Swiss rolls wasn't his last one because it's also my last one.
It was horrible.
It was not good.
It was bad.
And I'm pretty sure that I had it either honorable mention or 5 on my list on the last one.
But they left too much on that white cardboard wrapper.
Yes.
Right.
Now, the reason I have here is I tried to be fair to it since it was last, but it was the worst tasting of all 7 of them.
Bad. I didn't expect it to be bad. It's not that
I
it was
went in
not
with an
good.
open mind.
It was bad.
So I have the Swiss roll at 7 as well. The outside of it was a little better than I remember it being.
The chocolate covering.
Yeah. But
the inner was
the inside was not
bad
firm.
mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Bad taste.
It wasn't firm biting into it.
No.
Especially not as firm as another roll that may be on this list.
That are definitely on this list.
But I looked at the plate after it had been cut up and everything. I took a picture of it. There's a bunch of leftover chocolate off of that thing. And I wanted to ask Ashley to go into the trash and pull the cardboard out.
That might I think that was a different thing. I think that might have been part of the microwave.
No, that was on a different plate.
Okay, all right, okay.
But I took a picture of it. There's you can see that
it's
the
a
Swiss roll
strip
covering.
Oh, okay. All right.
And that was left over on the plate. I wanted to have Ashley pull the cardboard out of the trash so that I can look at it because I guarantee there's a third of the bar on that cardboard. But just strictly by taste,
it was bad.
It was bad.
Yeah. All right, so Don and I are correct at number 7. Zach, look me in the eye right now and tell me you don't have that at number 1.
I do not have that at number 1.
I was going to say.
Now, look us in the eye simultaneously. Look us in the eye. Do you have it at 6?
I do not.
I will ask you politely but firmly to leave.
All right, well, Happy anniversary, everybody.
It was bad.
What is the King of the Hill that's from? Well, then we have
What if they want their steaks
well done.
well medium? What if they ask for them well done? Then we'll ask them politely yet firmly to leave.
But what if politely yet firmly?
So Zach, you're number 6.
My number 6 was the zebra cake roll.
Okay.
Because
interesting.
there's no flavor to a zebra cake, and there was no flavor to the zebra cake roll. Like, it just tasted like sugar. Like pure sugar.
Uh-huh.
Go on.
And the downside of that is
I want there to be some cake.
We're living in the downside.
right.
We ate an entire zebra cake, Swiss or zebra cake roll. We ate an entire one.
yes.
Oh, we're living the downside of it.
He just says, "Oh,
I just
Would not recommend. Don't try this at home.
we are professionals, and we almost died.
yeah."
Just the
So Nick's so good, huh?
Nick's so good. The whole zebra cake experience just did not do it for me. Now, I think Josh Goff listens to the podcast. Don't know if he does. He's a big fan of the zebra cakes. When he was on his weight loss journey a few years back, his cheat day was Saturday. He called it Fatter Day, and he ate an entire box of zebra cakes on
What a
Saturday.
psycho.
Yeah.
Like
Or I don't know if it's an entire box, but he ate several of them.
Like,
and
I
he
think
thinks I'm pretty sure he believes they are one of the best, if not the best, Little Debbie. And I was not impressed with them today.
All right, so that's Zach's 6. Don?
So my 6 is going to be correct, unlike somebody else's. My number 6 is plain zebra cake. Not the zebra cake roll, the zebra cake.
Okay. Explain yourselves.
It's not its fault that it's at number 6. Unlike the Swiss roll, which belongs at 7, everything else just tasted better than the zebra cake. The zebra cake was not as bad as I remember it being per my last ranking, which I believe I was pretty hard on it. Might have said that it was the inside was just asbestos. Again, I haven't listened to that podcast in
A year.
And I've listened to it since then, but it's been some time. Good thing about it is it's got a very crispy, I would say, outer shell.
That's not a word I would use to describe it at all.
I mean, it's hard, but it's got like a crunch.
got some bite
It's got a
through to it.
crunch to the outer shell, which is good because the inside of it is nothing but air. Oh no, this feels familiar.
I'm having some deja vu here.
When you get through that outer shell, there's nothing until you get to a pool of what tastes like
I don't think words
melted.
mean what you think they mean.
There's just a pool of melted marshmallow on the inside of it when you get to it.
What's in there? Oh my
But
God.
when
We had this discussion earlier when he said it needs an emulsifier. You just meant mixed. It needs mixed.
No,
Emulsifier is not a synonym for mixed.
So
Crunch is not a word you would use to describe a zebra cake.
no, so specifically the outer shell of the zebra
It's
cake.
not a shell.
Yeah, it's like the hard part.
It's not hard.
It's harder than the rest of the cake.
Right, but
True.
it is not under any
Because there's
circumstances.
resistance.
Crunch, shell,
There's
nothing.
There's resistance at the beginning. Then you bite through that resistance, and then you're biting through air until you get to the mush in the middle. And then that's the only way that you can not clang your teeth together because you haven't been biting anything for 2 inches of cake.
God love you.
Now, the filling didn't taste bad. That's why I put that it tasted like a marshmallow, because, but that's what it tasted like. And that was the very first one that we tried.
No, it wasn't.
Was it the second one?
I think so. The very first one we tried was the fudge round.
That's right.
And
And
the
then we
fudge
wanted
round.
to break up the chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate and the normal. I have fudge round at 6
Okay.
because I remember. I think I might have had fudge round at 2 in my original
I
ranking.
believe you did.
Yes.
And your family, wisely at this point, were like, fudge rounds fucking suck,
Yeah.
and they're right.
I had fudge round at 5, and I thought that it was too high. After I recorded it, I was like, I don't like fudge rounds that much. Why do I have it?
I remembered them much
on my
better
list
than
at
they
all.
actually are.
Yeah.
It was not enjoyable. Basically, I went through. I put fudge round at 1. I had my list 1 through 7, 8 fudge round. Did I like this better than that? Yes. Did I like this better than that? Did I like this better than that? Yes. Everything kept topping. Did I like this better than a fudge round? Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, except for Swiss cake rolls, it was awful. Can't stress enough how bad it was.
Right.
But fudge round just was not good. And so kudos to your family for being on that a year before I was, because that was not enjoyable.
So you had fudge round at 6.
Fudge round at 6.
I've got fudge round at 5. So let's just continue on the fudge round hate here.
Zach.
Are you calling him fudge round?
No. I was expecting. Like, I've also got it at 5, and he's like,
No, he's probably still got it at 2. Moved up to number 1.
Under the advice of my attorney, I would like to invoke my Fifth Amendment protections.
all right. So Zach's
Well, I'm pleading the 5th, and that 5th is fudge round.
that was smooth as peanut butter. Speaking of peanut butter,
So there's too much chocolate in it,
yeah.
and it's chewy, which isn't really a bad thing. And that's why I've got it higher than the zebra cake, because you actually get to feel what it's like to eat something when you eat it. But there's just an aftertaste after you eat a fudge round, about 3 seconds out after it's out of your mouth, that just kind of hits you.
And I'm telling
it,
it's that
it doesn't hit you right.
It's the like fudge strip on like
On the top.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
that
whatever
does
they
not
put on
taste
top of
good.
it. No.
Not at all. And yeah, I'm with you.
But I went into this open-minded as possible.
I did as well.
Like, I was ready to have things that were my number one that weren't my number one before, ready to drop stuff. So this is where that landed.
So the same
And
spot.
it honestly,
the same spot where it
I
did
think
your
it
original
landed
ranking.
in the same spot.
But at that time we were ranking every
Right.
Little Debbie, and this time we're ranking the 7 that we ate, and it's at 5.
Yeah. And that surprised me. Beforehand, even though I went into it with an open mind, I thought it was going to be lower than it was.
Yeah. Zach.
At number 5, I have the oatmeal cream pie.
Okay.
It's not even a top cream pie, to be honest.
True story.
I
But
would like you to rank your cream pies, Don.
Well,
I think we have to save that for the reaction show.
Zach, continue.
The oatmeal cream pie was just not great. It was actually the only Little Debbie that I did not finish. Of the 7 that we ate, it was the only one that I did not finish.
Well, it was the 4th
it was
one.
the
I think.
Right.
fourth one that we were starting to eat the
That's
entire
true.
ones
That's
of.
fair. But
And all three of us had the same reaction at the oatmeal cream
'cause
pie. That was,
I said,
ugh.
does anybody else like, are you strutting? Don's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
well, you know, in the original podcast, you had said, like when you were talking about Star Crunch, you're like, oh, crisp rice isn't much to hang your hat on, but like oatmeal cream pie is like, I know the oatmeal cookie's not much to hang your hat on, but it's just fantastic. No, it's not.
No, I said crisp rice should not be the star of your show, and oatmeal cookies are not the star of an oatmeal cream pie.
That's
true.
fair. But just the oatmeal cream pie, maybe it was because of its placement. Just it wasn't doing it.
It
for
was
me.
dead center in the it was the median of our experiment. And as I partook the oatmeal cream pie in my mouth, giggity, I thought, God, I hope this elevates, because I was on the struggle bus after the first 3 and thought either the oatmeal cream pie is going to lift this back up to where like, all right, here we go, or it was going to make me want to drive into a bridge abutment and veer off this road trip. And it did the second. I also have the oatmeal cream pie at 5. It was not.
You had it at number 1 in the original,
I did.
didn't you?
I did.
Oh, wow.
Because sometimes you get those oatmeal cream pies that are a little greasy on top.
Uh-huh.
And those are outstanding. The one we had today was dry as the Mojave and was not an enjoy. I literally fed half of it to the dog because I was like, I can't finish this.
I definitely agree that it was like, you know.
Because when I went to take my first bite, I thought, okay, am I going to be biased and put it at number 1 just to defend my ranking from April 10th, 2020, or am I going to tell the truth? And the truth is that it was the number 5 best Little Debbie I ate today.
So you're wrong. It was the number 4 Little Debbie. It was number 2 on my list when we did
On
this
the
a year
on the
ago.
OG.
Number 2. Now, it jumped from 3 to 2 because it was in the movie Honey, I Shrunk Your Kids. That has no bearing in
Have
this
you seen
experiment.
that movie yet?
waiting for have you watched it yet? Like, no.
Garrett has not watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Garrett, get it together.
Still
We've
hasn't
given
watched the
you
Avengers
years.
I've
or
seen
Lord
it.
of the Rings.
Avengers is just not going to happen. I'm not going to watch the Snyder cut of the Justice League.
That's really good.
That's pretty good.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I really am, but I'm not going to spend 4 hours.
Batman.
I was going to say,
Man,
don't get me wrong. You got to break it up into shifts. Like,
Batman
it's-
says an F word.
He does.
That's how you know it's trash. I like Zack Snyder, actually. But
Did you see the TikTok?
I'd
where
seen it
the
10 times
yeah.
before.
So have I, but the comedians doing a
What's
show.
your-
he's
what's
like,
your
what's
name?"
your name?
Zach.
Zach. He's
Well,
like,
why you
oh,
deeply
why
signed
are
for?
you mad that I asked your name? I hate going to public places and people ask me what my name is. How many times are strangers going to ask me what my name is?
Like, what do you
Like,
do?
what do you do for a living, Zach? I'm a director. Oh, what do you direct? How many directors named Zach do you know?
Zack Snyder?
That's me.
That's me. He's like, oh, I just.
So,
I really stepped in it there on Zach.
tell me how fucked I am. But Zach was a good sport about it. Once he realized that the guy wasn't picking on him because he realized who he was, he genuinely just picked a random person
like, you don't
in the
know
audience.
I don't know what Zack Snyder looks like.
Right.
Right. I've seen every Zack Snyder movie. Now I don't know what Zack Snyder
I don't
looks
know what it looks like.
So anyway, oatmeal cream pie,
4.
number 4. I mean, nothing's changed in an oatmeal cream pie in 30 years.
No.
So
Good old reliable. Just when you shove it in your mouth compared to 6 other ones, it's middle of the road.
yeah, especially when it's in the. I mean, it's literally middle of the road on mine.
Yeah.
And it was in the middle of the road of the ones we ate.
Yeah. No, I don't hate your.
But I got it at 4.
And I think that's fair. Zach, 4.
I have the Swiss roll at number 4.
Oh, my God, you're an idiot.
Why do you have it so high?
Well, he's got fudge round higher. He still hasn't said fudge round. Fudge round. You're putting together an all-timer, Zach. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna get backhanded.
This is
like
worse
a
than
lot.
this is worse than your school lunches
Yeah,
already.
Well, it'd be like
This is
that.
almost worse than your original Little Debbie's list. Orange Christmas trees.
It was
What?
the orange creamsicle, man. And that thing's still great. They didn't have any,
I
or
doubt
else
it.
they didn't have any, or else I'd have grabbed one.
And I would have ate it, and probably would have put it at like 4.
Right, put it at 9 after getting hit by a car. Getting hit by a car at 8.
Where's Dio's litter box?
Right, if I could have picked up one of Dio's turds from the backyard, it would have been better than that Swiss cake roll I ate today. Dio's turd 7, Swiss cake roll 8. All right, continue.
I feel that it just offered a whole lot more than the zebra cake did. It actually had some flavor versus
What
the.
flavor did it have? Shit.
It was near chocolate once.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was powder
it was
held
near,
together by some cream.
it was near chocolate once, which is more than the zebra cake can say. It was never once near a zebra. Now you hit the crickets.
Well, do you think that Swiss roll was ever in Switzerland?
Yes.
I can't believe. Oh my God, Zach! It's like we weren't even sitting at the same table.
Did you eat the same food we did? The issue is that he also ate 2 of like the beginning stuff. Me and Garrett split our packages.
That's
Whoa,
true.
whoa, whoa!
Zach
I
ate-
only ate one. Like
Oh, okay.
I ate one zebra cake.
And
I ate
shared
one
with
Swiss
Mr.
roll.
Ashley.
I don't know if she ate it, but I only.
Oh, they're gone.
Dio's gonna have a hell of a gut ache later.
I have a hell of a gut ache now.
He's 9 times the size of Dio.
All right, so I'm bitching about Zach's list. I feel like this is hot.
Well, hold on. Do
Burning
you have
hot.
anything else you want to say about the Swiss roll? Because we just
Because,
kept
right,
interrupting him.
As God intended,
No, you.
because that's a trash take.
It
Was by in a way
The worst.
the worst.
And it's
By-
not because it's the last one.
Right? No, it
Yeah,
was. It was not.
I would
good.
rather have another Swiss roll than a zebra cake.
Ugh.
All right, so my number 4 is this white hot. I mean, hot, 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 hot. I got the cosmic brownie at 4.
You got the Cosmic Brownie at 4?
Yeah. It was, and I can't believe I'm about to say this. It was almost too dense. Like, it was almost too hefty.
Mm-hmm.
And it strictly might be because of the exercise we were doing that it's at 4. But when we got to the cosmic brownie is when I very much start to
which
feel
was the third one.
Right, to feel oh God, what are we doing here? But, and I will let you guys talk about it later. Don said, hey, Ashley, can you put this in the microwave for like 8 seconds? She's like, is that a thing? Don said, I don't know. We're going to try it, though. When it was hot, that thing slapped.
Oh, yeah.
It was so good
When
hot.
it was warm.
Yes. Okay,
It was not
warm.
hot.
It was warmed up.
But she did put it in for 15 seconds on a paper plate. So if you want to try it at home, take a whole
slapped.
cosmic brownie, put it in for 15 seconds.
Slapped. It was good hot. Because it got me going for about 10 seconds. And then we tried the oatmeal cream pie again, and I went right back down to earth. But the cosmic brownie, and we shoved the cosmic into the brownies like Don likes. I don't know that made anything better, but
You did it wrong. You slammed your cosmic into the brownies while it was still in the wrapper like some sort of psycho.
yeah, I don't want that gunk on my
I mean,
fingers.
Zach did it wrong, too. He went pop, 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 like he's playing fucking whack-a-mole. No, you need to enjoy each press. I mean,
I think that's some sort of OCD thing that only you appreciate.
it honestly really bothered me because when I ate mine, I didn't press in about 5 of them. I was like, I'll see the other side of the world and
Like,
not press in.
I
like
will
5
try
of these.
this. And you hated it.
It bothered me that I didn't press on it, and so it might be some fucked up shit in my brain.
So those are our number 4s. It was
Cosmic brownie at 4 for
Cosmic
Garrett.
brownie at 4.
Swiss roll at 4 for Zach. Oatmeal cream pie at 4 for me.
And what's your 3, Don?
Let's listen to my 3 right after this break.
Why don't you say that?
We don't have an honorable mention,
That's true.
so we should probably hit it now. Welcome back to the Rankle Podcast. Break time. Oh my God, I'm starting to crash. I'm down off the high. I'm starting to come down. Starting to get an aneurysm. We're gonna power through.
Just like we powered through 7 Little Debbie's.
Oh,
We did it for you, folks.
We did.
number 3, zebra cake roll. I don't think I've ever had a zebra cake roll.
I didn't know they were really a thing until Ashley brought them home one time, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?" Like, I didn't know they made them in roll form. And she's like, "I don't know." They substituted it for
So
regular
I don't-
zebra cake.
I don't think that I knew that they made them in roll form until after the podcast, and then my sister Allison was like, "They make zebra cake rolls that are really good." I went and bought some. They're really good.
Like, thanks for that.
She's like, they might be my number 1. So I'm glad that you found them because I did want to try them. They're a better version of zebra cakes, and they're a better version of Swiss rolls.
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't
absolutely.
see
Yeah.
the cardboard on the bottom.
No.
But I do remember that my sister told me that like almost nothing gets left on the cardboard on the bottom. So apparently vanilla less sticky than Swiss. But
Yeah.
the cake on the inside was also more dense than the regular zebra cake.
Yeah.
You could actually taste it, and I think the reason being is that since it's a roll and it's actually like legitimately rolled up,
Right.
is it goes outer core, cream, cake, cream, cake, cream into the center, so that you can actually get resistance through the bite when you eat it.
Mouth feel a little better.
Yeah, and I literally it gives you a much better consistency when biting.
Yeah.
So I've got zebra cake rolls at 3. After they definitely hit it out of the park
Zach.
when they combine my 6 and 7, and it comes together to make a 3. And that was one of the last ones we tried.
No.
No, was that the second one? That was the second one.
It was the second to last one we tried.
Okay, yeah, that one was cut up, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Zach.
My number 3 is the cosmic brownie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a nice, dense brownie, and it was only amplified by being warmed up. when we were throwing the list together here, I was like, so we're doing like 1 through 8. And Garrett's like, no, the hot cosmic brownie is just it's not its own thing. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I got to redo my list then because I had the hot cosmic brownie at number 2. Because the hot cosmic brownie was great.
Can't help but notice you still haven't said fucking fudge round.
Bro, I'm telling you. He's going to get backhanded.
I'm telling you, I'm going to get backhanded.
Oh, my God. So you got the cosmic brownie at 3.
I got the cosmic brownie at number 3.
So what were you going to have? You're going to have cosmic brownie at 4, hot cosmic brownie at 2?
Yes.
Okay.
I would have had hot cosmic brownie at 1.
It was great.
Maybe 2.
I would say the hot cosmic brownie was fantastic.
It was so much different compared to everything else.
Right.
That I thought I could have killed a man with that brownie. So that's Zach's number 3. I got just zebra cakes at 3. Y'all were not happy with the flavor. I thought the flavor was fine. I thought the flavor was pretty
the lack
good.
of flavor.
Right.
There's just nothing.
No, they're
Right.
like when
Nothing
you bite into
from-
it, it doesn't feel like you're eating anything, but there's still flavor there.
No, I'm not
What do you
convinced.
keep looking at?
I'm not trying to burp into the microphone.
You look behind you, and I keep thinking someone's coming up behind me to kill
No,
me.
I'm just.
This sugar high.
Don's fighter flight is overdrive.
No, I'm just.
And then, like, I look out of the corner of my eye when you turn your head, and then I see this fire, and the fire freaks me out. Holy crap. This is way too much sugar.
Sorry, I say I ate 27 pounds of sugar. I'm trying not to burp into the microphone.
So zebra cakes, there's flavor there. There's not a lot of substance, but there's flavor there.
Is there?
Yeah.
I'm not convinced there is.
And I today, and again, maybe it's just a product of the environment, I appreciated the light, airy nothingness more than the density of the cosmic brownie. So I have
See-
zebra cake at 3.
The frosting, like coating of the zebra cake, it just tastes like wax.
I disagree.
Like-
it feels like wax.
It definitely
It
feels
doesn't
like
taste
wax.
like wax.
It tastes like wax.
Do you have taste buds, Zach?
Apparently
Because
not.
I was going to say, your list is making me question whether you do or not.
Apparently not.
He just has the more refined palate.
Apparently. Apparently.
Because I'm a classy
You like
broad, damn it.
sauerkraut?
No.
That's done. It's like litmus test for if you're an idiot or not.
I eat Liberty cabbage because I'm an American. Sauerkraut, get all the way out of here. Right. You trying to make me puke?
Yeah, sauerkraut's good.
No, it's not.
Honestly, I bet sauerkraut right now would
Cut
kill-
out that sugar.
Yeah.
Like just the acidity, bitter.
I think that's what I'm missing.
I would rather die.
We can arrange that.
Please do.
Don, number 2. Bum, 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 bum.
My number 2 has made a slight change on this list
Oh, hey,
from a year ago. It's moved up from number 3. It's the Nutty Buddy. I think that this is where it really, truly belongs when you don't put the trump card of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids on top of it.
All right.
But let's just list it. Peanut butter,
Yep.
chocolate,
Yep.
wafer.
Can't go wrong there.
2 in a
wafer.
pack.
2 in a pack. Eat it horizontally, 2 at a time, double fisting it.
Nom, 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 nom.
But no, I mean, we ate one. This is also one that we split up.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's one that I could have eaten the whole one of. Like, eating just a little sliver of it kind of pissed me off. I think I would have liked to have had a whole one.
Well, there's still some out there.
Yeah,
we
I
can-
don't
we
want
can
them
arra-
now.
we can
I don't,
arrange- we
I
can
don't-
arrange
I don't
that.
want it now. But at the time, I was like, it was very good, and I wish that I could have had some more. And I think the peanut butter was the main factor in that because it was finally something that wasn't
Pure chocolate.
chocolate.
Right. I was going to say, it was completely different.
And I took a bite first, and then I tore them apart layer by layer. Much better,
Naturally.
layer by layer. Because you get the first layer, chocolate, wafer, peanut butter. Then the second layer, peanut butter, wafer, peanut butter. Then peanut butter, wafer, chocolate. So a little bit of change up in there. Because there's no chocolate in the middle of the
Right. It's just
thing,
on the
except for
outside.
on the very edge.
Yeah, but
But
that's not.
yeah, I mean, it lives at number 2, and I think it pretty firmly lives up at the top of the list.
All right.
Nutty Buddy,
Zach.
number 2.
At number 2, I also have the Nutty Buddy. It's chocolate. It's peanut
Just
butter.
mute his mic.
It's wafer. It's delicious. Garrett sent me a Snapchat like last week of him with 2 Nutty Buddies just like hanging out of his mouth like they're walrus does. Hey, look at me, I'm Zach. Hurdy-dirty-dur.
You damn
Oh,
right.
so we have cameras now. Show us how you eat these Nutty Buddies. We were trying to describe this in audio form. Yeah. 2 at a time, double fisting.
Side by side.
Just holding the pack, just going to town.
Like 2 semis that were about to go through a tunnel, but right before they got there said, stay in your lane.
Big sign popped up at the front of the tunnel. No passing.
No passing.
Maintain current speed.
And Zach just, how?
Pretty much. Big fat fatty.
I don't have a problem with your number 2.
Nope.
But I
But
got
I
a severe
have-
problem
but
with
I have-
your number 1.
I'm having a
legitimate
real
questions.
problem.
Yeah. Okay. So my number 2 is the Swiss cake or zebra cake roll. I agree with you, Don, that it's got more heft. You get more bite. You get more bang for your buck with each bite that you get. I think it's probably the same amount of cake as a zebra cake, but it's rolled up differently, so it feels a little better in your mouth when you go to eat it.
Giggity.
And again, I thought the flavor was pretty good. I thought it was pleasant, actually. So I got it at 2.
And it's a better version of the zebra cake, and it's a better version of the Swiss roll.
It is absolutely, you are 100% correct in both of those assessments.
It was better than the regular zebra cake, but again, the wax frosting on the outside.
I don't think you
No
get to
bueno.
have opinions about this
No.
Yeah, well.
You're kind of... Just tell us what your number 1 is.
So my number 1 is the fudge round.
What the
And
fuck?
mute.
What the fuck?
Do we have people booing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll
that's-
do.
Yeah,
That'll do.
That'll do, pig.
It,
That's not.
Well, no. Also laugh.
No.
Say what your number 1 is again.
my number 1 is the fudge round.
Hit the or the laughing.
What is it, Zach?
Are you sure
fudge-
this isn't the April Fool's episode?
I'm sure
Okay.
What is your number 1?
it's the fudge round.
No, but really.
But really, what is it?
What's your number 1? Well, and there's a dude, it's like, I can't believe that you're doing this to me.
Maybe
I was so happy with your number 7.
There
Like,
was a very clear bottom 2. Fudge
Yeah.
rounds and Swiss cake rolls.
maybe it was because the fudge round was the
Fudge
first
round
one
was
we
fire.
had, but the fudge round just had a lasting impression.
Oh my gosh.
I like the chocolate cookie. I like the fudgy cream filling. It's great. I had fudge round as number 1 the first time. I have it again this time. I support the fudge rounds.
Clearly.
I am here for them, and they are here for me.
Well, there's more out there. Take them home with you when you leave.
Right. Please do.
I will.
Please do.
Fuck y'all. Take it away.
Like, I bought them.
Right, I bought them.
Oh, my God.
I was told I'd be getting paid back for them. Have you yet to see any currency exchange?
I was gonna until you had that hot take.
Yeah,
we paid you back in poggers.
That
It's a Twitch chat emote.
I was to say, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound
I
like
sent you
should
that
say
link
that.
earlier.
It's a green frog. Yeah. you were paid you back.
Oh, that link.
I sent you that link to that video earlier.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know if
That's
it's
not true. You watched it on the couch in front of all of us.
I didn't.
Watching a video like that in
When
front
you
of
said, "Are you watching that right now?" You're like, "Yes, sir, I am." My wife is in here right now. What are you doing?
The dog's in here. Have you no shame? Apparently not. But yeah,
I'm just gonna let people think whatever they want, whatever that video might have been.
so yeah. Fudge
Honestly,
rounds.
you're probably right. What you're-
I was thinking I was gonna be like, "Well, you're probably right."
If you're thinking of that specific one, good on you.
Right. No, you.
Right.
I would like to be your friend.
Right.
how are you spying on us?
So Zach, in all of his infinite wisdom, drops in with fudge rounds at 1.
H is for hate,
What
folks.
Nickelodeon show did you have at 1?
Rocco's.
Oh, boy, that was terrible.
He didn't have Rugrats at 1.
I had Rugrats at 2, and you two jumped my
Yeah.
shit so bad.
Right, we just turned and looked at you like as if.
No,
There's
you
no
said text
fucking
and
way.
drive. You literally shouted into your microphone, text and drive. Okay.
Well,
And I was
Well-
like, oh, wow, these two must really hate Rugrats. And then
It's good to
Oh, we have it at number 1, you fat dumbass. Oh, okay.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed Zach's last podcast. Well, it took a year.
But we finally got rid of him.
But
crashing
I
hard.
think this is
hard.
We're going to have to take a break before the reaction show?
No, there are principles that we have to abide by.
Yeah, there's no break between the regular show and the reaction show. You get shouted at if you try and talk. Reese.
Yeah.
I mean, he just wanted to ask if he could hit the button or intro, but it doesn't matter.
It
There's
doesn't
no
matter. No
fucking
talking.
talking
No
between
talking.
the shows.
All right. So Zach's got fudge rounds at 1.
Do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
It's
Zach,
up
you
to-
pick.
Going to have Garrett go first. Have Don close her off.
I was surprised that I had Nutty Bars at number 1. And I don't know if maybe they just stood out so much compared to literally everything else we tried that was just some sort of cake, covered or not, in icing, chocolate, whatever. But the Nutty Bar it was so drastically different than everything else, and it was refreshing. It was a wonderful change compared to everything else that we had. You can't screw up chocolate and peanut butter. Can't do it.
You can.
Impossible.
Probably going to take a lot of work.
It's right. You're trying to screw it up.
Right.
And the wafer was a nice little crunch that literally nothing else had. And it was just a nice little change of pace. So Nutty Bar
Nutty Bar at 1.
at 1.
Do you think that is number 1 literally because it's just different?
Probably.
Like if we eat those things in a different order, is it in a different place? Well, I mean, that was
Maybe not.
That was the 5th one we ate. It was
Yeah, I
the
was gonna
first
say.
cut up one we had.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't know if that is strictly because of
We
where
should have
we
done
had it.
this over the course of a week, like where we ate one a day.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think we did the right thing, but we did the wrong thing.
And we all feel like we're going to die because of it.
Yeah, I'm also crashing.
I mean, I'm like hitting a wall.
We still got one to record tonight too.
Yeah.
Plus some Would You Rather Wednesdays.
Yep.
Alrighty, so
Gonna be high
Mine-
quality content coming your way.
coming your way last week.
Last week.
We're recording this one before April Fool's Day.
So if I appear on those ones, it won't appear out of order. So they can still be
Anyway.
my last one.
Yeah, this is still Zach's last one.
No matter how you slice it.
My number 1, obviously, Cosmic Brownies. I've got a couple things to say about the Cosmic Brownie. I was prepared to have it at not number 1. Until I had it. Until I started pushing in those sprinkles, as Debbie intended.
Stop it. Stop it.
Obviously, it wasn't on your list, either of your lists last time.
Correct.
And obviously, maybe the only reason it was on it this time is because we were
Well, it
ranking
was-
everything we ate. But it jumped ahead of some of yours that you had last time. Jumped ahead of Fudge Rounds. So it did its job, moving its way up your list.
I'm not a fan of the Cosmic, by the way. The walnut brownies probably, in my opinion,
gross.
were probably better than the
No,
Cosmic.
get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I've got the worst headache of my life.
All right, so I'll wrap this up in a shorter amount of time than I want to. They're thick as fuck.
You know how Don likes them thick.
Like, damn, he's thick.
Thick boy.
That's a thick ass boy.
They are thick.
Of everything
with two C's.
of everything that we ate,
3.
you're not going to get more full
Yeah.
eating 2 of anything else that we ate. Like if they
You're
come in a
spitting
2-pack,
truths. You're spitting
you're
truths.
not getting more full than anything on that Cosmic Brownie. It was chewy. I would say maybe a little too chewy. Like I working my way through it took a bit, but it was broken up by the Cosmic, and that every time you start chewing, and you're like, "Fuck me, this is taking quite a while to get through." You got that crunch. You're like, "Ooh,
Look
this
at
is
that.
fun.
Would y'all look at that?
This is fun."
Right. And then Once you think it can't get any better,
You throw it in the fucking microwave.
15
Holy
seconds.
shit.
It's a game changer, man.
I can't believe that I've never done that before. Well, I can because I don't eat Little Debbie's. Like, I hadn't had a Cosmic Brownie in 10 years before we recorded the Little Debbie's episode. Holy fuck. Next time I
Seriously.
buy ice cream, I'm getting Cosmic Brownies to put it in the microwave, cut it up, and put on my fucking ice cream.
It's so
like,
good.
you don't need to go and get hot chocolate lava cake at whatever fucking chain restaurant you normally get it at. Go get Cosmic Brownies for $1.50 at your local dollar store.
It's $3.99
And you've
for
got
that
better
pack, but yeah.
brownies than you're getting at any fucking restaurant. Holy hell. I honestly expected it to be terrible.
And it was
Like I was like,
phenomenal.
it's just gonna come out that it's not a real
I didn't
brownie.
think
It's
it was
just
going
like-
to hold its
it's gonna
shape or
lunk,
anything.
It's just gonna be a lump of chocolate
I mean,
in
it lost
brownie
some
shape.
structural integrity. Don't get me wrong, but it was
did,
so good.
but it lost its structural integrity in the way a brownie would lose structural
That's
integrity.
fair.
Like, I wouldn't put it in for 25 seconds.
Oh,
God,
yeah.
No.
But 15 seconds, I think, was the perfect amount of time.
Yeah.
We hit it right on the head the first time.
And we all, like, we didn't say a word
didn't
while
say-
we were eating these, and we all started.
Ashley came back for seconds because this
She
was
ate, she ate the rest of the brownie. It was
Yeah.
like, holy crap.
like we tore off a piece and we're just kind of like, oh motherfucker.
we're looking at each other kind of
Ashley
with
comes
smirks.
back, grabs the rest of it, and goes, I know what my ranking is. Like, warmed up Cosmic Brownies was going to be my number one, followed quickly by regular Cosmic Brownies, and then the remainder of my list. Like, I was not expecting that.
yeah, I wasn't ready.
I would not be against taking the Cosmic out of the Cosmic Brownies when you warm it up because they just mushed. There was no crunch on them. I don't know that they're giving you anything other than probably if you put them in there for longer than 15 seconds, exploding and making a mess in your microwave.
Right.
But holy hell.
Yeah. It's so good.
Like I've done since our Thanksgiving, since our pie episode.
Yeah.
I put jelly on a peanut butter pie. Great idea if I do say so myself. But warming up that Cosmic Brownie, bruv.
Right, and you just kind of did it on a whim, too.
Right.
Like, it's
Ashley
not
said, "Is
something
that
I
a thing?"
literally-
And you're like, I don't know.
It's not something I'd literally ever thought of before, but as soon as I started eating it, I was like, I wonder how this would taste warm. I was thinking of putting it on ice cream. And I was like, well, you'd have to warm it up to put it on ice cream. Let's do it.
And there it was.
And it might be my best decision that I've made in quite some time.
That was the opposite end of the spectrum for your Pizza King rant.
Yeah.
How much you loved that hot fudge brownie, chocolate cosmic brownie.
Yeah, let us know. Do you like positive Don or negative Don? Do you like sugar high Don
Or sugar crash.
or
Don.
sugar crash
You're
Don?
about to find out in the reaction show. Zach, you're on Twitter, right?
Sometimes, but
He's
if
got a
you're
handle.
looking for me, it's,
You got a Twitter
at
handle?
Zach C. Wright. Zach with an H. The H is for hate.
Don.
Yeah, fucking send Zach all your fudge round hate. Don't cuss during the outro. Now it's gonna bleep out.
Don is
I'm
at Donnie
crashing.
Yeah, Don's at Donnie_G. We're gonna go ahead and mute him. You can find me on Twitter at Garrett C. Ryan. You can find a podcast, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Rankum Podcast. And thanks for listening to the 1 year special of the Rankum Podcast.
Bye.